Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Are you ready? Are you ready?
Yo, what up, what up? It's your boy Rubino.
And this DJ in the building.
And you listening to the UpNUp Podcast.
Yeah.
Wait, what are we doing?
I don't know, just listen.
All right, yes. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. You're tuned into the UpNUp Podcast. I'm your host, Rubino.
And I'm DJ man.
Okay. How you doing, man?
Yeah, we coming with it right now.
Energy, man. I love it. For those of you first-time listeners, this is the UpNUp Podcast. This is the podcast where we're focused on cultivating culture, right?
Mm-hmm.
We do that by providing amazing stories of individuals, groups, movements, pushers, movers, shakers, all that. I got words for days, man.
Yeah.
You know? I got bars. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. We'll keep it moving. But yeah, thank you for tuning in. If this is your first time in as well, for the consistent supporters, listeners, viewers, encouragers, energy givers, all y'all, man. Thank you for the continuous support. We appreciate it. We appreciate you guys being a part of this mission to cultivate culture. And I just love it, man. I love, whether it's someone I meet in person and we all chop it up about a guest that was on the show, or, they tell us about ways that they're cultivating culture. It's just amazing, man, and we're going to keep pushing, right?
Yeah.
Now, if you want to continue supporting the podcast, you know what to do. You can follow us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and iTunes. Just type in the UpNUp Podcast, and that's where you can find it. Make sure to rate, review, subscribe.
And like it too. Yeah.
Tell them again.
And like it too.
Yes. Go ahead and show some love. How about that?
Yeah. I mean, they do though, so it's good.
Yeah, for sure, always.
Yeah.
Also, please make sure to follow us on all social media platforms at _ the UpNUp. A lot of amazing things coming for 2019, right? We just getting started, right? What month is it? What is it? July? And who cares, man? We moving until it's 2020, right?
Always.
All right, man. But yeah, at _ the UpNUp, go follow us. We got a lot of things coming as well. UpNUpClothing.com is live. So go ahead and stay on the UpNUp in style and get fresh.
Yes,
right?
sir. We got to say it again.
Yeah,
You already know what it is.
Yeah, man. Well,
ticket giveaway.
Yeah. Before that, I wanted to go follow us at _ UpNUp Clothing. For the ticket giveaway, we're also doing, if this is your first time listening, we're doing a free ticket giveaway. Enter the draw to go see who earned.
Nice.
Who else?
Lupe and AZ.
Yeah.
And Redhead too, right?
Yeah, Redhead's opening up too.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's gonna be dope. But yeah, so go ahead and enter in. You can go to UpNUpClothing.com. If you made a purchase between May 13th up until July 31st, you'll be entered for a chance to go see some of the best MCs I've seen.
Yeah.
Thus far, right?
Yeah.
Anything else you want to announce?
Nope.
No?
Nah.
You sure?
Yeah.
All right. Can we get to it?
Let's get to it, bro.
All right, man. So for those of you first-time listeners, this is essentially how it goes. We bring amazing stories up here, compelling stories. We bring people up here who are just going to drive inspiration, motivation, right? Share experiences, and really just, talk about how they're representing and cultivating culture, right?
Yeah.
I would say today's guest is a man whose grind and persistence is a testament to the phrase, stay down, the game tests you, right? Shout out Nipsey. I would say he's a visionary and a creative talent who's keeping everything he's doing on the up and up, right? Yep. Obviously, otherwise he wouldn't be in the building with us, right? To kind of give you some insight on some of the work this man has been able to do thus far, he's one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most consistent and hardworking creatives out of this region, whose grind is literally taking him across the world. It's no cap, right? That's what the kids be saying now, right? I'm not that old, bro. And through his professional videography as well as photography work, it has allowed him to work with everyone from up-and-coming artists all the way up to the likes of Boss and J.Cole and the entire Dreamville team and many other artists as well. And above all, man, he's just someone whose demonstration is allowing him to put forth a great presentation, right? I'm all about that demonstration, right? Mm-hmm. Let's just get straight to it, man. Our guest is none other than the man who's always on the chase for success.
Ooh.
Man, give me some love,
like
man. That was a bar.
I like that.
Damn. You just stared. I made a startled you there. That was how good it was, right?
Yeah, you caught me off guard.
Yeah, man. Always on the chase for success. Our guest is none other than the one and only Chase Fade. Can we get a round of applause, man? How you doing, boss?
Thank you for having me, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. I'm glad we're able to lock this in.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah, man. So I don't know if you're familiar, but we usually start the show off with a quote of the day, right?
Okay,
Something to just
yeah.
kind of get the vibe right, settled. Look at the Birdman hand rub over there. Okay. Something to just set the tone. So DJ Erm, take us away with the quote of the day, man.
Yes, sir. All right, so the quote of the day today is, wanting something is not enough. You must hunger for it. Your motivation must be absolutely compelling in order to overcome the obstacles that will invariably come your way.
I see you with the notes over there.
Yeah.
Stay ready.
It's quote man over
Yes,
there.
sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I just got
That
hella
intro
quotes.
was amazing, by the way.
Oh, thank you, man.
I
Thank
feel
you.
like I'm on Sway in the morning.
Oh man, thank you, man. I appreciate that, man. You know, you got what
I was like, damn, I'm a visionary. Okay.
what do they say? Every great album needs an intro, right? A
Oh,
good
yeah.
intro, right? So
sure,
Yes, sir.
let's do it. But go ahead and run that quote back for the people who's snoozing, man. That was
Yes,
some
sir.
real stuff right
So
there.
wanting something is not enough. You must hunger for it. Your motivation must be absolutely compelling in order to overcome the obstacles that will invariably come your way.
And who said that?
Les Brown. Yeah.
Shout out Les Brown, man. That was a great quote.
Now,
Now, Chase, the reason we bring in these quotes, man, is really obviously to set the tone of the conversation, right?
Yeah.
But it's also something to kind of tie into our guests and their journey and what they're able to, what they've done, right? But for you, obviously, through a lot of the work you've done, and for those who probably don't know, we do like to provide context. That's what this show's about, man, right? We pull the curtain back and we're like, how did you get to this point, right?
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah, man. I think you said you worked 7 years to become an overnight success, right?
Pretty
right?
much,
Like that's
yeah.
you hear that and you're like, oh, what does that mean? But let's take it back a little bit. Growing up for you, first and foremost, where did you grow up, and kind of like how was that experience in that area?
I grew up in Snohomish, Washington. It's like up north,
Okay.
20, 30 minutes from Seattle.
Yeah.
Born in Everett.
Yeah.
Still here.
Uh-huh.
I live in Edmond, Shoreline now, but like, I came up in Snohomish. It's
Yeah.
like a farm town, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's out there in the country.
Yeah. So where did that creativity, like, I guess, what are some things you've seen? I guess that if it wasn't creativity, what are some things that kind of kept you pushing and looking forward?
I don't even know. Honestly, there was like the hip hop scene there was trash. I never got out to the city, so like,
Yeah.
there was like a couple rappers, but they were just all right.
Mm-hmm.
Shit, I had nothing, so I was like, always online. That's how I get like, inspiration, whatever. YouTube. I was on YouTube
There you
every
go.
day,
Nah, real talk.
Yeah,
I feel you.
MTV, whatever it was, like coming up. That's all what they played was music videos. So
Yeah.
like I was watching that, but like it was like rock at the time.
Yeah.
It wasn't like rap shit. So
But still, being a student, being a student of the
Yeah.
game, I think that's
Yeah.
that's how I would sum that up.
I wasn't even like, in the culture at all. Like I was just like watching it from the outside, listening to 50 Cent and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I feel you.
This is my shit.
Yeah.
I remember like Get Rich or Die Trying the movie.
Yeah.
That shit.
Oh, yeah.
Game changer.
Amazing.
Game
Yeah.
changer,
I-
right?
I borrowed it from my buddy and I was like, man, this shit is
Yeah.
amazing.
This is, I mean, I think that's interesting too. Like in terms of you kind of looking at like hip hop and I guess the culture and whatnot as a way, somewhat of an outlet, right? To kind of look at
yeah.
outside of the environment that you were in, right?
I just feel like, it's just like the most real, authentic music genre. That's why it's the biggest shit in the world right now because like
Yeah.
it's just so fucking compelling.
Nah, I
Yeah.
feel that.
I feel you.
It's like everyone either comes up from nothing,
Yeah.
and I was like I didn't have shit, so like let's
Yeah.
do it.
It's a
Yeah.
relatable struggle.
Right.
For real.
It's like if they could do it, I can do it.
I agree.
I feel
Right,
you.
right.
So what were your like early interests, I guess, and your passions and stuff when you was younger
Shit.
or just coming up?
I always wanted to like design shoes.
Mm-hmm.
I was like heavy into shoes, but like I never like pursued too heavy.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I want to like make some Nikes. I think that'd be so tight.
Yeah.
Then I don't know, I just bounce around. Like I'm always like switching up my shit like daily, damn near.
Ultra
That's why
creative.
It's like you gotta focus. Like once I started like focusing on just one or two things started moving for me. It took time though.
I'm curious though, cause like, being a creative, like I got a homeboy who growing up now I describe him as an ultra creative, but growing up he was a hooper, like a for real deal hooper.
Yeah.
Freshman year going straight to varsity, like no one would have ever thought this guy would be doing what he's doing now, right? So, for you, like, what are some things that kind of kept you creative? Obviously, you said wanting to design
Shit,
sneakers and
that
whatnot.
just reminded me like that's all I did like was hoop.
Okay.
Like everyone just like yo.
Yeah.
Everyone wants to be in the NBA, but I was
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm going. Like, I was
Yeah,
nice, but I wasn't
you and me
that
both.
nice.
You and me both.
Yeah, for real, for real. And then I think when you grow up, you're like, all right, this might not happen. Like, there's a lot of people hooping.
Yeah.
Way better than you, you know. And there's only so many spots in the NBA and shit. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, man, this not gonna happen.
That's
But I was just like, yo, I put in like 7-8 hours a day, like on the court, just playing whoever. You know, I had like a little neighborhood court. I would just run that.
But it gives you that discipline and that work ethic though.
Yeah.
You know, that you need
For sure.
when that moment comes when you find what you want to do though.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah, so I was putting all my time into that.
Yeah, so let's kind of take it through that journey. As it seemed like growing up, which I think a lot of us can probably attest to, we were just trying our hand at a lot of shit, right? Did you? Because I know music is something that obviously is important to you, right? As well as the videography and photography work you do behind the lens.
Right.
Which interest came first for you though?
It was videos.
Okay.
For sure. But the lack of the hip hop scene in like my area, like kind of propelled me to like make music.
Okay.
So like it was basically at the same time. So like 17, 18, I was like, you know, I was working. I was like doing security at Microsoft, like driving around in the little patrol vehicles like at night, like working the night shift. But I was like, man, how does like rap videos come together? I was just so curious how that shit worked.
Yeah.
But I never, you know, like studied it. And so I was like, you know, I bought a camera, saved up some money, and I was like, I'm gonna do videos for the rappers like in my city. You know,
What
there's
age
like
was-
3
what
rappers.
What
in the
age
whole
was
city.
this?
I was like 17, 16.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or no, I was probably 18 at that point because, you know, you got to be 18 to work at like some of these jobs. So I was like 17, 18. But yeah, I picked up a camera. Best Buy got like the little Canon.
Yeah.
I was like, man, I'm gonna make it. Like, I just want to make a video for somebody. So I like hit up all the rappers. They wouldn't hit me back.
Wow.
I was like, there's only like 3 or 4 rappers in my city, but like,
Yeah. He's like,
Still.
dude, we live next door to each other.
yeah, no, I was
man.
like, this guy not hit me back, but I
Yeah.
saw he seen it. I was like, all right, fuck this guy. Like,
Yeah,
I'm gonna do my
yeah.
own shit. At the same time, I was making music, so I was like, all right, I'm gonna just shoot my own videos, like, you know. And I didn't have any homies to like shoot my shit because no one was like into rap like I was. So I was like, I'm gonna do selfie mode on this shit and
Yeah.
like edit it.
No,
you know?
no, that's real.
So is that what like kept you like saying I'm about to just keep up with this shit? Like, you know how some people, like you said, you was hitting people up, they weren't hitting you back. Some people
Yeah.
could get like discouraged.
Right,
So
so
what
it's
was like
like-
your mentality
Yeah,
through that?
I was like, you know, I'm gonna do it myself. I don't need them. Like,
Yeah.
this is like one person's not gonna stop me from getting what I want. So like, same with the quote, you know. Like,
Yeah.
Like you're gonna face the struggle. Like literally, that was day one. Like,
Yeah.
all right, bought a camera. Who am I gonna shoot for?
Yeah.
Nobody's fucking with me.
Yeah.
Makes sense because I have no videos out.
Yeah.
But like at the
There
same
you
time,
go. Sometimes you gotta keep it real with
Yeah,
yourself,
yeah,
right?
yeah, for
Like,
real.
I
Yeah.
don't got no work yet.
right.
So let
But
me-
I was like, yo, I'm gonna do it for free. Like, hit me up. But it was like, all right.
So, no, that's a great mentality, especially to have that early, right?
Yeah.
'Cause a lot of people get, I think, and we like to also be able to speak directly to those who may be listening, who are aspiring creatives or
Yeah.
artists. And in those moments when you're not getting that instant feedback, we live in an era where it's like instant gratification, right?
Right.
When you're not getting that, to still stay inspired is very important, right?
For sure.
Do you have tips for like how people can stay inspired? Obviously, for you, it seemed like you were like, "Fuck, I'm doing me." Period. I don't
I
care what
think the
nobody says.
mentality was like just from reading. I got really into like self-help books at the time.
Okay.
Still do, but like
Yeah.
I was reading, you know, at work. I was reading in the morning. I was reading at night. You know, I could do like at least 10 pages a day, whatever it took. You know, I finished hella books, but I realized like that's just gonna build your mentality.
Yeah.
You know, you read from people that succeeded. Like I didn't read like, you know, just whatever self-help book. Like it was like real shit, no fluff. Like really help your mentality. So like, you know, that really just kept me focused. You know,
Yeah.
seeing it from the other side,
Yeah.
like following their footsteps.
Yeah. Because it's not just it's a mental commitment too, right?
Yeah.
You're trying to pursue something. You're trying to pursue a passion or a dream. You might even have the tangible skills to do it, right? But internally, you got to make sure you're building that up as well.
Yeah,
And it's important for
Nipsey
sure.
read like every day, bro.
Yeah.
Like you gotta have that new knowledge. Like if you're not staying up on what's going on, and then,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah.
shit never changes. Like
For real.
at least the foundations, like it's always gonna be the same. So like just reading those books that like really help you was a major key for me.
No, I
Like
feel
DJ
you.
Khaled over you, major key. Major. Fuck.
Alert.
No, I feel you though, cause sometimes it may seem like things change, but like you're pretty much talking about like the concept of a lot of things kind of stay
Yeah,
the same.
like you know, work ethic that's never gonna change. Like
Yeah.
there's no like tactic that's gonna like switch that up. You know, put it in the time. Never gonna change. Like it's always gonna work.
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah, and I'm curious too. So obviously, like current day, you obviously are very successful in this thing we call music video directing, right? That doesn't mean there's not more you want to do. Obviously, I know there's tons of other shit you probably got planned,
I'm
right?
just getting started.
Exactly. But from where you came, right? My question really is more so, how do you balance that creative and then business side, right? When you're going into something like this, like how do you game plan? Did you have a game plan? Like, okay, well, I know I'm nice with the camera, but how am I going to strategize and monetize? Like, when did that come in?
I feel like I just kept working. I was like, I know the money's gonna come once I get, nice with this.
There
like,
you go.
My first couple recaps were alright. And I was like, man, I'm not getting paid though. Like, I gotta do something. I'm getting older. Like, a couple years ago, shit. But like, I did like 50 shows, no pay, and I was just like, it's gonna come. But I was doing music videos, a couple $100, whatever it was.
Yeah.
But like, it just keeps going up. Start out with free work, show me dope. People are gonna pay.
Yeah.
If you're nice and you're getting better.
Why do people not do that though?
Yeah, no, that's
because
exactly
they don't want
what
to put in the
I was about to
work.
ask. It's crazy.
They just expect like big budget videos right out the gate.
Yeah, Hype Williams.
Some Hype Williams, Director X, whatever. Yeah.
Yes.
I don't get it.
Like, yeah, what made you think about doing like recaps, like concert, just going to concerts and stuff?
I just love shows. Like,
yeah.
I just love going to shows. So like, I just want to be a part of it.
It's a win-win.
Yeah. And shows is everything these days. Tour is everything. Like that's how you make your money, and at least in music.
And it's a great way to sell it.
Right.
I want to stay on this topic of I call it the power of free work, right?
Yeah.
I think because what I'm getting from someone who wants to do free work but obviously has a long-term goal is they also see the importance of relationship building, right?
Right.
Was that something you were working on as well?
Networking, yeah, every day. Like, I would shoot every person that performed for free. Photos, video, here's a recap, and I'll do that in like, the next couple days, send it over. You got to be quick. It's a show, like I guess the shelf life of a show, like it's only a couple days. I was like, I remember I shot Sam Chow's show. That was like my first show.
Okay.
And I did, I hit up Koga on the DMs. I was like, yo, Koga, he was opening up. I was like, yo, I'll shoot your shit for free. Fuck with me. He was like, all right, pull up. Like, he's got no content. Like he just started out. He just dropped his first little project. So he's like, yo, please. We even shot a video, like a music video, like in the alleyway, like before the show, like some like real rapper.
What
shit.
year was this?
That was last year, 2017.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no.
That is crazy.
Top of 2018, like January.
Wow.
Yeah. So I bought a camera. I bought the same Canon I bought when I was doing like my little selfie videos of my music.
Yeah.
I bought that again. I was just finessing it.
I love that, finessing it.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I just kept upgrading cameras. I was like, oh, I want that one. Like,
yeah.
If I get that one, it's over. And I got that one.
So 2018 was when you essentially said, okay.
That's when I started, top of 2018. Did my first show, like the 22nd, I think. January.
Okay.
Something like that, yeah. So then I was like, I showed up early. No one ever does that music. I don't care what you say. Like, I show up to studio times on time, and people be like, what are you doing here? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm paying by the minute.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't get that. Like, so, like, showing up early, like, helped me on the video side. Like, everything that hurt me on the rap side, like, when I was rapping, like, showing up early, like, people thought that was weird. Like, not smoking weed, not drinking. Like, that's weird. Like, but, like, on the video side, that's, like, it's a benefit.
Yeah, no, for sure.
It's a pro, for sure.
Yeah. So, how are you balancing like having a full-time job and still trying to make this happen?
There's
like,
no balance. Like, balance don't exist if you want to like succeed.
Yeah.
So like, I was working from like 7 to 3, get off, go do a show, edit the whole night, get up at like 5, do it all again. It's not every day I'm shooting, but like on the weekends, Friday nights, I'll like get off, go shoot, edit those 3 or 4 recaps.
Yeah.
Like, it's only a matter of time till you succeed, right? Like.
And that's interesting because I definitely agree. I think we're creatures of habit, right? So if you do that for enough, time, eventually it won't even be an afterthought. Like, you won't even think about it like, I'm going above and beyond. Like, this is just what it is, right?
Yeah. And it's like, you only have so much time. Luckily, I could like edit on the job. And I was like, yo, I'm getting paid to edit. So like, even though it's free work, right now I'm getting paid to like edit this.
Yep.
They don't know that.
We call that finessing.
That's finessing. That's finessing. I finesse everything. That's how I'm here,
Nah,
funny.
that's real.
So it's like, you know, everyone talks about like work-life balance. You're fucked
Yeah.
from the jump. Like, you know, Gary Vee talk about that shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're not gonna make it if you're only putting in 40 hours.
Yeah.
It's not enough.
Your life should be your work.
Yeah. And it sucks because it's like, you know, you don't have a family life sometimes. Like, I don't hang out with my brothers that much, or I don't have time for my girl sometimes. But it's like she understands it's what you got to do.
It's sacrifice, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It comes with.
I was thinking about that today. Like, do you know anybody successful, like mega successful, that has like a great family life? I would love to hear like 3 examples. Anybody? Like,
I don't
do you know any, like Steve Jobs? Did he have like a good wife and kids and whatever? I don't.
Yeah, I think it depends on what type of family you also are in.
True,
right?
true.
Because you know some families are just hustlers as a whole, collectively, and then maybe some families you're like the one person who's on that, and then everybody else is like, yo, dude, slow down, you know.
Right.
But no, I mean you're right though. I think there's gonna be a separation. Period. Like you're gonna separate yourself from, and I just look at it as evolution, honestly, man.
Right.
Like it's just growing.
Yeah, this shit's crazy.
It's just growing. So okay, so 2018, right? It's starting to get serious, right? Now, I also know just from knowing your story, that same year there was a huge concert out here called Bumper Shoot, right? Where you finessed again, right, to make some things happen. But do you want to talk
like
about?
I said, I did free work.
Yeah.
I did 10 free recaps that weekend. Boz shit, Grinch, Gifted Gab and Blimes, Kung Fu Grip. I did like a Kaz one. I did like a whole recap of the whole thing.
So how'd you get in touch with to get that in to those artists out
Hit
there?
up Grinch on Instagram, yeah.
Okay.
I was like, yo, I'll shoot your shit for free. I send them like all my recaps because like by that time I was on point.
You had a catalog,
you know? Yeah. So I was like, oh, Saul messaged you? That's my guy. Oh, Sam messaged you? That's my guy. Like,
That's
it's
that
a no-brainer.
networking. That's that
Yeah.
networking though.
Yeah, and it costs nothing for him. All he's got to do is like put me on the list. So I got a wristband, so I stayed around and I got to, you know, shoot buys, shoot, you name it. I had to connect with every day so like I could go in. I even worked that Sunday. I ended up shooting a wedding for my buddy. But like, you know, free work, baby.
That's I love that, man. Like it's free work with a purpose though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like all I did was show recaps and music videos. But I was doing like weddings or whatever just to get better and get some money.
Yeah.
You know, weddings, documentaries, you name it. I was doing it like just to get nice.
Yeah.
Because like at that time, like you're supposed to do everything, experiment, see what you want to do, and then you can hone in. So I was like, all right, I like shows, I like music videos. It's like, that's all I want to do.
I feel you. So all right, so you're at Bumper Shoot. You you shoot and record for Boz and everybody else too, right? And then what like happened after that? Like how did you like?
So Boz was like right after Grinch on like one of the smaller stages, not the main stage, but the one next to it. Like, and I just knew security, and no one was like trying to shoot those shows. Everyone was trying to, like, the photographers were trying to shoot the main stage, you know.
Yeah.
And like at a certain point they were cutting them off, so I couldn't even get in there. So I was like, all right, I just gotta finesse this stage. Like, I'm gonna just do it. So the security knew me from like from Grinch's set right before, and I was like, oh, Boz is after this. Like, I wanted to shoot for Boz, but like I didn't know if I had time. I didn't know if I could make it. T-Pain was playing like down the way, and I was like, should I shoot T-Pain or Boz? You know, thinking back, I was like, I made a good choice.
Nah,
yeah,
I mean, shit.
Yeah. So like, you know, I just stayed around, and I had some buddies like that were shooting for Bumper Shoot, and they gave me a lens. So like after you get 3 songs in the pit, so I shot like video, shot a little photo. Then my guy Jason gave me like the zoom lens. So I went out to the crowd, shot some from there.
Oh wow.
Like he finessed it for me. Like same thing. Like
shout out to him.
Yeah. Shout out to Jason. Yeah, that was the plug. And you know,
that shit is lit.
Yeah.
I didn't know a lot of this shit goes on with the camera world. Like,
right.
Nah, that's dope.
Yeah, you get 3 songs in the pit, like right in front of Boz. There's the crowd, there's the pit, then you know you're in between them.
Okay.
Right? So like you get 3 songs, then they kick you out. You can shoot from the crowd or whatever. You can go do the next guy.
Okay.
So festivals are fire because you can do like, you know, 20 people in a day, whatever it takes. You know, so I was like, I'm gonna just shoot everybody.
Yeah.
I was like, hopefully it hits. So I was like, the Boz clips turned out so fire. I was like, that was the first one I edited. So I met him after the show, and I was like, yo, big fan. Like he just dropped Milky Way, so I was like, yo, this shit is fire. He was like, yeah, and we did some portraits, whatever. I met him and Night Train and got their emails, and I was like
Okay.
DMing them. I was like, yo, I'm gonna send you this shit. And then
Mhm.
I edited that shit that night, you know. Got it to
You
him
were
the next
hyped,
day.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I was like, you know, time
Yeah.
is of the essence.
Exactly,
Like,
yeah.
they want to post this now.
Yeah, for sure.
Send it over, and he was like, yo, this is fire. Like, he posted it, and it went crazy. And now we here. He was like, I want to take you on the road.
That's crazy.
Damn.
I was like, let's do it.
And was that 10 months?
Yeah, 10 months of doing video.
Yeah, but that's not 10 months of work because you've been grinding before that. But
Yeah, like just making beats,
Yeah.
rapping.
yeah,
But I wasn't doing videos for a minute, you know.
I think
I
you're,
only did videos for me.
but I think your mentality, obviously, like I think it's just, even though videos is what you're doing now, right,
Right,
as
right.
well as music, and you're doing it on a larger scale. I think it's just the message I'm hearing is like the mentality, the discipline to just work, regardless of what you're
Yeah.
doing. Just don't half-ass it, right?
Right.
Because when your moment comes, right?
It's gonna come, yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna seize it for sure.
Right.
So you're going on tour. I'm also curious about this because what was that adjustment like to go from, balancing,
The job and,
working,
like,
the
videos,
job and all
yeah.
that to saying I'm going on tour. That had to have been an adjustment in itself, right? To just pack up
sure.
and just say, all right, I'm hitting the road.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was crazy, but I had some time to get ready, you know, like
Okay.
I had like a month. So I was like, oh, is this really happening? Because like, communication's only like once a week or whatever. I'll be like, yo, do you still want me on tour? And he's like, yeah, like let's figure out the budget or whatever. And then I was like, it's cool with me. Like it's enough to quit.
Yeah.
So I put in my like 2-week notice.
Okay.
I was like, this shit crazy. It's like I've never been full time with like creative shit, so like that was
Yeah.
a moment. Yeah.
Did you feel a sense of like extra responsibility at this point? Like, what was that feeling like, knowing that okay, this is?
No, I was like, I'm good, because like I was making enough at that point.
Yeah.
From music videos and whatever gigs to like be full time with it, but I just never left my job because I could edit
Yeah.
and like it was in the mornings. I was
Okay.
always shooting nights and weekends, so I was like, why not keep both? Like,
Yeah.
no point in leaving it, even though I wanted. With that, like the tour made me make that jump.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so that was your first time touring
Yeah.
with an artist,
Yeah.
pretty much, right?
I mean, shit, went out like with the best. I think the best crew I could have.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't have picked a better like team.
Mm-hmm. What was that like whole experience like?
It's crazy. I don't even know like how to put it into words. Like seeing the world like with your favorite rappers and shit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
Was it
insane.
hard? Was it hard to remain focused at times during tour? 'Cause
No,
sometimes
like,
it
I
can be-
was always the one working.
okay.
Yeah. Like any videographer, like tour, like photographer will tell you, like
Yeah, you ain't got time for that shit.
you don't have time for sleep.
Yeah.
You're just
Yeah.
like everyone else is partying. You're editing. You're like, all right. Sometimes you'll have some fun, but like
Yeah.
like literally every show, like right after the show, I'm downloading the footage,
Yeah.
backing it up.
Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do the photos. So when he wakes up in the morning, he can check these and be
Yeah.
like, all right, this one, or like,
Yeah.
give me some one takes or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you got to deliver, especially knowing the tour is a limited amount of time, obviously,
Right,
too,
right.
right? So it's like, man, let me just put in this work for however many
Yeah.
months or so.
I'm not gonna be the one that's like, oh man, I didn't work hard enough.
Yeah.
I was not gonna be that
Yeah.
guy. Like I was like, this is my time to like really shine.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the beginning of like the hard work.
How did you take feedback as well? Like, did Boss ever come back and be like, yo, man,
Yeah.
maybe you can change this up, or maybe he gave you some,
Yeah.
some props or
First
something?
video, like it was like 3 or 4 shows in. He's like, where's that recap? And I was like, still doing photos, whatever. But I was like, I was taking my time on the recap because I wanted to be so fire, like first one. And I was doing some extra shit, like 3D shit, or like I don't know, like there was some space shit, and he didn't want that. Like he didn't want the Milky Way to be like associated with
With the-
space.
yeah.
He's like, I did that on purpose, like the album cover this way, whatever.
Okay.
So I was like, I spent hella time on this space shit that
Damn.
was dope to
It was your
But
vision.
I didn't know, like
Yeah.
he didn't like the space shit. So I was like, man, I took like 2 or 3 extra days. Like the recap would already been done, but I took extra time, trying
Yeah.
to get that nice. And he was like, man, this is not it. I was like, my heart was broken.
Yeah,
I was
bro.
like, man, this is my baby. This shit is
Yeah,
fire.
especially for people who edit, as long as you're sitting at that desk or that computer,
Right.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you get wrapped up in the idea and the edit so crazy that like you don't realize it's not what they want.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
it's a
you're
two-way
like,
street.
yo, this is dope, but like, you kind of go down a rabbit hole.
Yeah, it's a two-way street.
Yeah, but luckily, like, the main parts of the video, like the show shit, was fire. So we just chopped out the space shit, you know, added a couple clips, and you know, it was good. So like I didn't lose time, but like, you know, it was a moment.
Nah, man, that's dope. And I think I think that's one thing. Just being in that environment where you're constantly having to work, constantly having to edit,
Right.
and taking in feedback and criticism. I think that's a powerful message just for people to understand. Like, yo, sometimes it's a two-way street when you're creating, you know. And for you being a director, also was curious. We had Harry Clean up here on the show.
That's the guy.
And I asked him the same question because he's a music video director as well.
He used to shoot my old shit. He shot one of my old videos. If you look it up, it was trash, but like his video was good. But like I edited it, and like the song was garbage. But like that was my first time like hiring someone.
Wow,
was
small
Harry.
world, small world, man. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But I want to know, when you're working with artists, right? Where's that balance? Do you prefer artists to essentially be hands-on and have a vision, or do you want to be able to kind of guide the vision? Like, or is there a balance? Like, what do you prefer?
Both.
Okay.
I like both. I'm cool with whatever.
Okay.
Like I just did a treatment for Redhead. Tezza. I don't know if you know Tezza Talks, but like we just did a treatment for her new shit.
Okay.
She had like some ideas, but I just build off that.
Okay.
You know, I don't have all the ideas all the time.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll listen to a song and have nothing.
Okay.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I just asked that because I know some creatives are like, yo.
No, I
bring
love,
something
like,
to the table.
If someone has something,
Yeah.
that's amazing. Like I just execute your vision.
There you go.
I like that.
Yeah.
That's always fun, especially when you know what you want. It's the best. Like
It makes everything a lot.
when you don't know what you want, you're like, everything's dope or everything's cool. Like, oh yeah, that's fine, and then they don't like the video. It's like, all right.
Yeah.
If you had a vision to begin with, it would be all right. You know?
Time is of the essence.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Yeah, so obviously you're like working with Boss and them guys, and but how important is it to like still like be in touch with the local rappers and do videos for them? Because I've seen you do videos for
I'm in
local
touch,
rappers
man.
too.
I'm back.
You know what I mean?
Like, I'm off tour. Like we don't work. Like tour's done. So like I'm Seattle. That's it.
Yeah.
That's all I work with.
Yeah.
Like if I fly out to Cali, I'm flying out with a Seattle artist. Like I'm not shooting someone out there.
Yeah.
As bad as I want to, like I'm still growing. I was like, it's only been a year and a
for
half.
sure.
Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna have that crazy network.
Yeah. I bring that up because that's dope. Like some people might kind of get a little just like complacent with that. Be like, oh yeah, I'm cool. I'm working with these guys. I'm good.
I only work with legends now.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
No, I work with.
I've heard that before.
I work with. If the song's fire and like the vision's fire, I'm with it.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of a budget. Like it don't even have to be crazy.
Yeah.
Something. I don't think I'm gonna do free work anymore unless it's like a real crazy opportunity. Like I don't do free shit anymore.
It's like Jay-Z or some shit.
Yeah, I put in so much work, for free.
Yeah.
It was like, man,
for sure.
I'm good.
You got to know your value too. And
Yeah.
One thing I get from that as well, like the free work approach, is I heard someone say one time that money chases value, right? So no matter where the value lies or where it is, money will find it, right? So as long as you know your shit is dope and you consistently do that, you're building relationships, you're networking, money will find value, right?
Right.
But I want to know if you have any advice for those who are currently creating or aspiring videographers or photographers. How would you give them advice on how to price and rate their work out the gate?
Man.
I mean, obviously, free work.
No,
but like how would you?
Everyone struggles with this.
Yeah.
Especially in like the creator world. I don't know, like it's not like so clear cut.
Mm-hmm.
But I've been working on it. Like I talk to like other videographers and try to figure out like how they price shit.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's different. But it's really like everyone's just figuring it out.
Yeah.
There's no clean like.
There's
this
no
is my
manual.
price.
There's no manual.
This is it.
Yeah.
Pay it or leave.
Yeah.
Like nah, like it's just based on a project by project basis really.
That's interesting.
It's like if someone was like, "Yo, DJ my party," I got
Oh,
$300.
Yeah.
You're like, all right, is it worth it, or can I like negotiate them up to 500, or like say no?
Yeah, no.
Like, is it worth it?
Because it's kind of like, and then you gotta kind of see like what you're actually gonna do there, and
Right.
Yeah, you gotta think about
how
like
many
the
how much
environment.
time I'm gonna be? Do I have to bring my own whatever equipment? Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like,
That's true, bro.
right.
Factor
Yeah.
everything in.
Yeah. These days I'm like, yo, like I figured out like if, like within the first 1 or 2 emails, I'm gonna ask them, what's your budget? Like if they don't have a budget, they're not ready. If they don't even
That's
respond, then it wasn't meant to be, right?
No, that's real.
Yeah.
That's real.
That just separates the people that are ready to go
Yeah.
and people that are just kind of like
Well, I mean,
kicking tires.
You're serious about your work, so you
Yeah.
would assume that they'd be serious about their work
Right,
too.
right. It's
That's,
just-
I mean, that's all you can really ask for.
I don't. People don't hit me up if they're not ready. Like usually,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
That's real.
Yeah.
That's real. Now, obviously, being involved with Boss, obviously, kind of got you in the mix and kind of in that network of Dreamville, right?
Right.
And I know, obviously, currently everybody's kind of celebrating the release of the Revenge of the Dreamers 3 album.
Yeah.
But if you take it back to the start of that entire creation process, they did a dope ass Willy Wonka style invitation, ticket only type joint. And you were actually one of the photographers and videographers that was invited to come to those very, very private, exclusive Fort Knox type of sessions.
Yeah.
What was that like? I know I could go
That
all
was
in.
fire. Like
Yeah.
I was just I was like shooting like a local rapper, and I like got a call from Scott Laser. He's like the head of video
Okay.
at Dreamville.
Okay.
He does all the music videos, all the documentaries.
Mhm.
Yeah, pretty much everything. So like he hit me up. He was like, "Yo, you down to come to Atlanta and film for Dreamville? We're doing the Revenge of the Dreamer sessions, and we'll pay you." I was like,
This is a rhetorical question.
I was like, "I'll pay you, bro. Like I'm there." I was like, "When?" He was like, "Flight's like tomorrow. Let's do this."
Yeah.
I was like, "Bet." Like I remember like I was packing up my shit because the tour started on January 15th, but the sessions were from like the 5th to the 16th, something like that. And my girl comes home and she's like, "Why are you packing? I thought we still had like 2 weeks." I was like, "Hey, J.Cole called." Like I'm going.
Yeah.
She didn't. She understood it, but like it was like a shock for her because
Yeah.
she thought she had more time. Like I said, like it's hard to balance that shit.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I was gonna be gone for like 3 months.
Yeah.
Europe and the rest of the U.S. tour was going. So like I was like, man, I
Yeah.
got to take this opportunity though. Like this is bigger than me.
Mm.
But yeah, flew out there, got my little Willy Wonka golden ticket.
Hey, that shit was kind of dope though. That was a genius marketing.
Yeah,
on their
that was all
part.
Felton. He runs like he does like graphic design. He does the social medias and shit. And he was
Okay.
like, at first I think they want to do like physical invites, but they're like, yo, let's just do it
so-
digital. It's gonna
Yeah.
take too long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was hired to like go out there and film.
Okay.
Just document the sessions.
Okay.
Do some photos if you wanted, but like
Was it
I
very
wasn't there for photos. I was there for more like
okay?
just video.
Okay. And was it more so just because I mean obviously I think everybody here has watched the documentary, right?
Yeah,
If not,
just
go
hit
watch it.
2 million, I think.
It did hit 2 million
2
views.
million
Yeah, I mean
views, yeah.
shit, it's on its way to more for sure.
Crazy, yeah.
But that documentary was dope because it just kind of showed the type of environment, the type of creative vibe that was going on in there. It seemed real free flowing. It seemed like even
Yeah.
J.Cole said it was like first 2 days he was kind of like figuring it out too,
For
right?
sure, yeah. The energy was crazy.
Yeah. So for you coming in, did you kind of like have a mentality that you needed to prepare for something like this, or you didn't know what the hell was going on? You're like, shit, what's popping?
No, I knew it was gonna be crazy, but I didn't expect it to be like that crazy. Like
Yeah.
I don't think anyone expected it to be like that crazy.
That shit
Like,
was like
it was a moment.
yeah.
You know?
Never seen nothing like that before.
Yeah. So like it was like every day like, oh, this guy's pulling up. Yo, I heard Scott Storch just got an invite. He might pull up.
What?
Little
Damn.
baby, little whatever. Like
Yeah.
people just pulling up left and right. Like every day it was like
Yeah.
someone new. Yeah, but you just bounce around to different rooms. That shit was like, just as a rapper and like
Yeah.
as being in the creative process for so long, it was just so amazing to see like people's process.
Yeah.
You know?
I think that's the biggest thing, especially you being someone who is very into making music and rapping as
Right,
well.
Yeah, and like I
it's a
used to
win-win.
watch like J. Cole in studio videos. That like back when I was watching YouTube, had no like hip hop culture around my city, so I was just watching J. Cole like rapping in the studio. Like I watch that shit all the time.
That's crazy.
And then first night, he's rapping in the studio like
That's crazy.
for like 5 or 6 hours, writing or whatever. And that's
Yeah.
when I took those photos.
Yeah.
That just went crazy.
Yeah, you took that one photo.
The
that,
one where he's writing in both of them.
the pen and the pad.
Yeah.
That shit went viral. That shit went crazy.
Yeah, if you watch the doc, you can see some of those clips. But like, I was like, man, I can't believe I'm like 3 feet from J.
Yeah.
Cole
So-
rapping,
yeah.
writing and shit.
How do you stay focused in environments like that where you're around so many people that obviously you admire and you're there for business?
I just
but
try to stay out the way. I didn't want to be like bothersome. I hate when like someone looks at the camera
Okay.
and they see it, and then they change up what they're doing.
Ah.
I'm like, man, I fucked up. Like that's how I know I failed. Like
Yeah.
if someone looked at me,
Yeah.
like I was just wanting to be like so low key.
Just being a cut.
Yeah, luckily I had like a little zoom lens, so I could be like
Nice.
all the way across the room and get someone over the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, that shit went crazy viral. So like, a lot of people don't know like that shit backfired because you know, I was getting like 200 or 300 DMs a day. You know, I got like 5,000 followers overnight. Whatever.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
shit was insane.
Yeah.
It was like XXL, Complex,
Yeah.
Elliot Wilson posting
Yeah.
my shit. I was like,
yeah.
what the fuck?
They want the scoop.
Yeah.
Damn.
What the hell's going on in there?
Complex, some dude from Complex hit me and was like, "Yo, let's do an interview about your story," because I was like talking about like, you know, janitor Dreamville,
Yeah.
you know, made
Yeah.
it happen like in fucking 10 months,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, let's do it. I didn't think to talk to like Dreamville, because I was like, oh, it's just about me.
Yeah, I
Like,
got this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I don't need approval or whatever. I'm not gonna talk about the sessions, this, that, and the third. But you know, ended up doing the interview, and the shit like, you know, we were just talking about my story, but the last 5 minutes he was like asking about the photos that were already out.
Yeah.
He was like, I heard T.I. pulled up. Is that true? I was like, yeah, T.I. pulled up. Like,
Yeah.
it's on the Dreamville page, whatever,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
And I wake up on a Friday, like, you know, like to some text from Dreamville, and they're like, yo, Cole don't fuck with you. Like, from that, why'd you do that Complex shit? And I was like, what? I checked the article. It says Chase Fade gives a sneak peek into Revenge of the Dreamer sessions. I was
Wow.
like, wow, this guy
he played you.
finessed. Yeah. Shit was crazy. So I was like, man, like I'm about to get fired. Like this is like day 3 or 4. I was like, oh, it's over. Like
Wow.
my heart like dropped, bro. I was like, damn, like this was supposed to be like a moment for me.
Yeah.
And it flipped into like, you know, some gossip shit.
Damn.
Yeah, so like I was like, man, like I got finessed. Like this is my first time. Like I'm not media trained or whatever.
Yeah,
like
that's
I'm
what
from
it is,
Snohomish, Washington, bro.
Yeah,
This is
yeah.
like where cows are from. This
Yeah,
is like
yeah.
the farmland, baby. This,
I don't
not
know about
ba-
this.
Like this shit happens so fast, and
Yeah.
like I'm still in the moment. Like
Yeah.
this is still like this is midway through like the Dreamer shit. So like I had no idea how to handle that.
Yeah.
And like, you know, I was like, if you want to do an interview, let's do an interview. Like
Yeah.
I don't care. Like
I think that's tough though, man. It is
Yeah.
tough because, you know, and that's one thing about the media is I'm always like looking at intention too, you know, and I
True.
think
I don't
it's
blame
tough.
the guy. Like he was a good guy.
That's his job.
And it's his job, yeah.
Yeah.
And like I gave him that power, so like I realized that. So like, you know, I had to go up and apologize to Cole, apologize to Ebe, all the Dreamville dudes, and like, you know, tell them what I just told you. Like,
Yeah.
you know, I'm new to this. Like, this won't ever happen again. But like, you know, I got finessed.
Yeah.
Everyone gets finessed.
Yeah, nah,
I was
that
like,
is-
I was like, at the same time, like I gave him that power. Like I understand what I did wrong. You know, I think Cole understood that. But like I was
Yeah.
like for like an hour, I was fired,
You was
bro.
the enemy, bro.
Yeah, so people ask me like in the song I have no idea on my
Yeah,
on
on
my
your
little
album,
project. Yeah. I was like got fired by J.Cole. Like maybe one day we'll look back. You
Yeah,
never know. Whatever,
yeah.
whatever. People are like, yo, is that real? You got fired by him? What the hell? I was like, bro, like I'll explain it one day. So I was
Yeah.
like, let me do it on the
Yeah.
up and up. Like once
Yeah.
the shit drops.
Yeah.
So-
Nah, and I'm thank you for sharing that too because
that's a
Yeah,
crazy
nobody
story, bro.
knows about that
nah,
shit.
but that's your story, but your story can be kind of like a guide and a manual for those who may be coming after. Because you
Right,
know,
right.
there's a lot of people who might be put in situations like that where, you know what I mean? Like you're in a blessed situation
Yeah.
and you're there, and sometimes people's innocence can be pried on. You know what I mean? And
Right, right.
and
Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't have done it, but like it was just the heat of the moment.
yeah, no, it's
and
cool.
it was like I was hired to do a job. I wasn't hired to fucking be a
Exactly.
rapper and be
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yo,
yeah.
interview me, whatever, whatever.
So now, what came out of those sessions was amazing, right? In terms of the work.
Right.
So the time you did spend in those studios, I was just curious because I'm going off kind of what I seen in the documentary. It seemed like they highlighted a lot of the positive, right? The positivity, the great collaborative moments and things
Yeah.
like that. Now, I also do know when you're creating, there can be creative differences, right? Like there's tons of established artists in there who know what the hell they're doing. They have their own sound. They have their own way of doing it, their process. Did you ever witness any type of like creative differences in that environment?
Nah, everyone was like, it was like going with the flow. But
Really?
I feel like Boz was like one of the like the leaders, you know.
Okay.
You know, it's Dreamville shit. So
Yeah.
at the end of the day, like they're, you know, paying for the studio or
That makes
whatever,
sense.
and they're
That makes
like
sense.
they're running it. Like it's their album.
Mm-hmm.
I think everyone understood that, but like Boz was just like, you know, he's so collaborative. Like he knows how to,
Yeah.
you know, get the best out of everyone.
Okay.
Yeah, so like.
So that then what they showed was what they showed, and that's
Yeah.
for sure. Okay.
Yeah, I don't think there was any drama.
Okay.
There was like no egos, which is
That's good.
the best way to be.
And that's what it came off as too.
Right.
I feel you. So did like being around all that like creativeness kind of like make you be like, all right, I'm about to get on my album too.
Yeah, for sure. Like
Yeah.
I remember hearing some beats. I was like, yo, I'm writing to this. I'm not gonna rap this shit, but I was like, yo, I'm writing to this. Like this beat is too damn fire. Like it was like some of the best producers in the world. So like yeah, I was definitely inspired. But like I just took that and like put it into the videos and we hopped back on tour.
Were there things that I'm glad you brought up the album. I Have No Idea, which you dropped in May, correct?
Yeah.
And that's your debut.
It's my little debut. Yeah.
Little debut.
But I've dropped like 6 mixtapes. Over
Yeah.
like my little from 17 to now.
Yeah.
But like no one ever heard them and they were
Yeah.
trash and like I'm not proud of them. Like you can't even find them.
They
now.
served their purpose, though.
Yeah,
man.
like
they
to
had-
get better. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
This is the first like real project.
Yeah. Were there some things from those sessions that you carried over into the making of your debut album?
No, I don't think so. I just kept making music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but even before the sessions, like a couple of those songs were already done.
Okay.
So it was really just doing a couple more to fill out a project.
Okay.
Yeah. The plan was to drop like a year worth of singles, like once a week. Like 52 songs. But I was like, man, I don't think people are ready for like that much content from someone they don't really know. Or
That's
they know as a photographer or whatever.
That's interesting you say that. There's a rapper who did that.
Russ?
Russ, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard
He did that for 3 years.
He did, yeah. He did that
Yeah.
on SoundCloud, I believe.
Yeah. I was trying to go the Russ way. Like,
Yeah, that's
I fuck with Russ.
it's a smart strategy, though.
Yeah. I mean, there's never enough content. Like, people hit me, like, right after I dropped that. I have no idea. And they're like, yo, when's the next one drop? I was like, can't this get a week? Can this get,
Yeah.
like, 3 days?
I mean, it's the era of instant gratification.
Yeah.
Like we don't like people are calling
So
things
much
classic right
noise.
off the bat.
Right.
Like one of the homies was calling the Revenge of the Dreamers 3 album instant classic, and
Instant
the other
classic.
homie was arguing like, you can't call it instant classic. What are you talking about? It's only been 3 days or something. I'm like, but nah, I feel that. And so let's get into the album, man. I'm really curious to know, like, for one, what was like the best part about being able to put that out? Was it just like you had eyes on you had attention on you? It's time to let people know I also do this.
Yeah, but I'm not trying to be, like, a rapper, whatever.
For
Like,
sure.
I'm still stuck in my video shit.
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
After getting off tour, I was, like, so burnt out.
Mm.
I was like, man, I just want to do anything else than pick up a camera for
Mm.
like 2 weeks. So that's what I did. Like, I just hit the studio like, 3 or 4 times, finished out the songs, and I was like, man, it just feels good to like do something else. When you're creative, there's so much shit going on. You're just like, yo, I just don't want to pick up a camera.
Yeah.
I did 62 shows in like 4 months.
Yeah.
Hella music videos, 10 months of grinding before that. And I was
Yeah.
like, yo, I'm just,
Yeah, I need
like,
a
give
I
me
need
2 weeks.
to
Yeah,
chill.
like took my 2-week vacation. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, I
And
feel
I was
you.
like,
It's important though.
yeah, I was like
It
always
is.
jealous of like Donald Glover and these guys that are so talented in like different things, because like he could hop from like Atlanta, writing for that, to go rap
Mm-hmm.
or go
Yeah.
on tour. And I was like, man, this guy.
Yeah. Jamie
Incredible.
Foxx is another one of those.
Yeah, and I was like, if he can do that, like, why can't I like make an album?
Yeah. No,
I've been doing this.
for sure.
No, that's dope too, cause you could come back to the video thing.
Yeah.
and
Now
be
yeah,
kind of a little more fresh,
Exactly.
or like
Yeah, now I don't even want to rap. I'm like,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tired. I'm burnt out of that. So I was like, I said all I need to say. Like, let's just go back to videos. And now I'm just, in that bag.
Yeah, and I really like the intro, Destiny. I think
Yeah.
it was dope because a lot of people you garnered a lot of attention leading up to this album dropping,
Right.
and people kind of only knew you for whether it be, oh, he took the J.Cole picture, or the case is. It was kind of a way for you to kind of clear the air and set the record straight in terms of other things that led
Yeah.
up to your success, right?
Right.
Talk about that song in particular, because I think it's very powerful for one.
I made that in December. Like, so we did, November was like the first part of the U.S. tour.
Mhm.
Then we took a break in December.
Mhm.
Like, Boz was like in South Africa or something, like making music and
Mhm.
touring. So like I was just at home making videos and.
Mm.
And I was like, let me just hit the studio. I'm bored,
Mhm.
I was working full time. I got 40 hours extra a week.
Yeah.
Let's do something. So
Yeah.
I made that and I made Risk.
Okay.
I think that was it. But I had Destiny like sitting in my.
Yeah.
I made Go Off too, like on New Year's Day, because I
Mhm.
was like just whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was just hitting the studio a lot. Same thing, like burnt out from the camera. So I was like, let me just get in the studio.
Yeah. And you shot your own video too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
dope.
because I've been doing that. Like
Yeah,
I've done that
that's
for
dope.
years, so like it's easy.
No, I love it because it's like kind of like rappers producing their own songs. You know what I mean? I think it's
Yeah,
dope.
I
You can
made
shoot
I
your own
made my own
videos.
beats. I think I made Top Now.
Mhm.
That's I made that beat, and I made Amazing.
Mhm.
So I got 2 beats on there, but you know, I don't think I'm a producer anymore. I just want to focus.
Yeah.
You know, I don't want to do everything, but
Yeah.
like, you know, I made beats because I had no money.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, same thing. You gotta finesse it, right? Like,
Yeah.
if you don't have money, you gotta put in that time.
Nah, for sure, for sure. And I think, man, it kind of reminds me of that one J.Cole line. It's like keep grinding, your life can change in 1 year.
Yeah. I
like-
always say that like in my captions because people
Yeah.
like, you know, really like connect to that, and it really happened.
No, it's facts.
Yeah.
Living proof.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
man.
Destiny was kind of like you ever heard Dreams by J. Cole?
Mhm.
Yeah, it's like a storytelling joint about some chick. I was like,
It's a crazy story.
yeah,
but-
so I was like, let me take that concept with my girl, and then the second verse is more like, you know, meeting Boz.
yeah,
I was like, shit was destiny. Like,
yeah,
this shit just fucking happened.
yeah,
It's just crazy.
yeah. And you just gotta be present in the moment though, man. You know, And that's
Yeah.
one thing I noticed. A lot of people sometimes they let their moments pass by because they
Right.
may think like, oh, this ain't the way I thought it was gonna be, or I envision it to be, or I'm not where I need to be for this moment. But sometimes you just gotta jump in it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I made Destiny and Risk like at the same night, and I was like, man, I'm just getting better. Like,
Mhm.
why not keep making music? Like, this is just fun.
Yeah.
So I was like, man, let's just make an album. And that's what
Let's
I did.
do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it, man.
I think I Have No Idea was the last joint I did. And then, you know, we dropped that thing.
yeah.
Doing pretty good for like my little fan base, you know.
Yeah.
People DM me like I was just talking to some guy that I met on tour like in England.
Mm.
He was like, "Yo, when you dropping some new shit?"
Yeah.
I was like, "Man, this shit take time. Bro. give me a month, you know."
Yeah, it's crazy though. Sometimes we as fans or consumers, we may be rushing artists, and then now you're in that position, and you're like, damn,
Yeah.
I kind of know what that means.
Yeah,
what that
'cause
feels
what
like
happens
now.
when you drop some whack shit and they're like, "That wasn't it."
Yeah.
And you're like, "You told me to drop something."
Yeah, I guess it's not a
I'm
bad
gonna-
thing. It's
yeah,
not a bad thing that people want you to keep putting out music.
Yeah, no, for
You know?
sure. I just explained to him like, you know, every minute and every dollar I put into music is taken away from videos.
Mm.
Like I can't get new equipment.
Yeah.
I can't you know, learn some new editing, whatever
Mhm,
techniques.
mhm.
So like I just got to think about that, and I was like, I'm always preaching about focus. So like if I ever do something, I'm only doing one thing like at a time. I might do many things throughout
Yeah.
the year, but like I'm only doing one thing
Yeah.
at a time. Like right now I'm just doing videos.
You gotta stay focused.
Music videos, yeah.
I like that. Are you open to mentorship? Do you are you like, man, I'm still kind of early in it to be doing that?
People hit me up like, "Yo, I'll get you coffee every day for free, and I will work for you for a year." I'm like, "What are you gonna do? Like, you live in Maine, bro." I'm like, "Come to Seattle, maybe."
Yeah.
Shit, I'm down. Like, come help out on a set or something.
Yeah, I mean, but it's, you know, you I mean, looking at it now, you probably know that you're probably in a position to maybe create opportunities for people too, right?
I'd love to.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's always been a goal, but like I've never had it. You know, had that opportunity. So like,
Yeah.
I'm all for it.
Nah, definitely.
Yeah, so you like going back. So you was doing recaps and everything earlier.
Yeah.
Like there was times where probably people were going for that big fish, and you were just like, I'm gonna just do this right
I'm
here,
gonna just
get
hit the
better.
openers. Yeah. Because
So-
like the openers always hit you back. Like
Yeah.
I was like, unless you're saying some crazy shit in the DMs, like you gotta just, you know, provide value.
Yeah.
What are you gonna give to them? People be like, yo, I hit people on the DMs, but they're not hitting me back. I'm like, man, let me see the message, and they'll be like, hey, I really love photos, and I really want to do this. I want to take pictures of JID and Boz. Like, this is my dream. I'm like,
Bruh.
why do they care?
Yeah.
No one cares about that.
Yeah.
So I was pretty much saying like I would never think like for me to go into video, like personally I would never think to do recaps. So like
Right.
what kind of advice would you give like young photographers, videographers that's trying to get like in the game, you know?
DM these artists, man. They need
Slide.
content. Slide.
Yeah.
into
Start
DMs.
sliding.
I met my girl through the DMs. Like, this is how I live, man.
I lived through
I've
the DMs.
literally, I built my whole career off the DMs.
That's
man.
crazy.
That's how I
shit-
met
that's-
Boz. Like
that's crazy.
after I met him at the show, like I slid in his DMs. Like,
Yeah.
you know, like this is how it works.
You know, I tell people that a lot too. Like, they're like, oh, how do you get some of these guests on this show? I'm like, just hit them up in the DMs. Like, you know.
and they usually see it.
Mhm.
But like, I mean, if you're under like 500,000 followers, they check everything. Even people above that check everything. You'd be surprised like how many people like really read every DM.
Yeah.
They might
Damn.
see it and then just delete it, but like, hey, they saw that.
They saw it,
You
though.
had your shot, but like you didn't say the right shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
You didn't provide value or like show them what you were gonna do.
Yeah. But don't just aimlessly slide in DMs.
Yeah.
Have something to provide.
Yeah, yeah. I'll be
for
like,
sure.
hey, hey, how you doing? Like, I'm a big fan of your work. Like, you know, I only hit up people I want to work with. Like, I'll be like, yo, I want to shoot your next show. I saw this right here. I'll be here. I'm free. Let's do it. Here's the last 3 videos I did, and they're all like getting, you know, a couple thousand views. Oh, dope. I'll do pictures, and I'll give you a 1-minute recap for your IG, Twitter. That's my pitch.
Bam.
'Cause I saw a Gary Vee video, and he slid in like
Yeah.
he was sliding in DMs for people like that were like making clothes or something.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yo, I'll design a piece of clothes for you every week,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll send it to you or whatever. I'll take photos, and I took that same concept and you know, ran with it.
I hope people are listening to this.
For real.
This is game, free game, right? Free
Yeah,
work, not
yeah.
free work and free game.
Right.
That's
Yeah.
real. I like that.
I learned this from this dude Gibson Hazard. He's like he's a videographer, you know, magician. I don't know. Like he did the same thing. Like he did a podcast and he was talking about like sliding in DMs and like doing work for free. Like he snuck into a black show, you know, 6 Lakh, and he shot his show and ended up going on tour with him. Took like some crazy like, you know, did his she knows. She's like he just finessed it like. I don't know. Like I just took the blueprint from that, and I was like, man, I could do that.
But you have work. You have value. You
Right,
work.
right.
You work to make sure that you had
Yeah,
value.
yeah. So he snuck in.
Yeah.
He did like a little recap, and the shit was fire. And it was like a no-brainer to bring him on tour.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, man, now he's doing like shit with Drake,
Mm.
shit, NFL, whatever. Like
Yeah.
every shit he drops is like legendary. So I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get on that level, like, you know, just crazy content.
Hey man, use your tools. Use your resources out
Live
here.
through
Man.
the
Right,
DMs.
right.
Live through the DMs, man.
It goes down.
That
for
sounds like
real.
a great song title.
Honestly, that's
real.
like the new email. Like
Oh,
you know,
facts.
email used to be popping back in the day,
Yeah,
like
yeah,
for
yeah.
selling shit. DMs.
Yeah,
is
we
the-
don't got time for that, man.
No,
I
I
don't
don't
got
check
time
my
for no
email.
attachments. You gonna attach what?
Attachment.
Come on, bro.
Come on.
Ain't no time
I
for
ain't
that.
downloading your mixtape.
Man, that's dope, man, and thank you for sharing that. Now, what we like to
Sure.
do as well when we have guests on here is obviously give you guys a chance to just talk about some things you got coming on the horizon. Any announcements, things that maybe you want people to be looking forward to. Is there anything they should be looking forward to aside from just more?
A lot of music videos.
Yeah.
Not for me, but just like, you know, people I'm shooting for.
Mhm.
I'm shooting a lot of dope stuff like this month, next month.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like put anyone's videos out there like,
Yeah, no, for
you know,
sure.
ruin the,
Oh, yeah,
the surprise or
for sure,
whatever.
yeah.
It's not like big names or anything, but you know,
Yeah, still.
the budgets are going up and like and the songs are fire. Like, so like that's exciting to me.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, I don't really have no plug.
Just
Yo.
slide in his DM if you need a
Yeah.
video.
Facts.
If people do want to slide,
Literally.
what are your social media handles?
Chase Fade on everything, on everything.
People
Yeah,
who
real
wanna
easy.
slide. For those of you who want to slide.
If you want to slide, at Chase Fade, man.
At Chase
At
Fade,
Chase
for
Fade.
sure.
That's funny, man. All right, man. Well, before we get you out of here, we always ask this question to all our guests. It's kind of something to sum up everything that we discussed, but also just kind of
Right.
cast what's ahead. So if you can, my brother, what's one word to describe what keeps you on the up and up?
I seen you do this, and I was like, I always thought about this question. I was like, I never had an answer for this shit. I feel bad. What's the question again?
What's one word to describe what keeps you on the up and up? And you can kind of explain it if you like to.
I don't know. Shit. I wish I had some like gem right now. I just like to work, man. I don't know.
Work.
That's it.
Work?
Work.
I mean, it's cool. It's just one word.
Grind. I don't know. Shit.
Yeah.
Like hustle. Like really. Like put the time in. You could do anything really for real. Like shit. You guys never had a podcast. Like when did you guys start this?
Yeah, I mean, we did radio in college.
Exactly. Yeah, you learn how to do it. Like,
Mhm.
yeah, podcast, new radio, really. So, like,
Yeah.
yeah, you guys just figured out that lane.
But it's more than just doing the act. It's figuring out
Right,
everything that goes on
Right,
into
right.
making it come to
yeah,
fruition.
yeah.
Right.
Now
And
you
I
guys
think-
got fucking
yeah.
8 shooters
pew, pew, pew.
and goddamn nice mics and shit.
Yeah,
mixes
man.
and shit.
You're just trying to figure it out, man.
Yeah,
just like everybody else.
When you first started, I bet it was just whatever. Like you were saying, this room was like all
Yeah,
white, and
yeah,
it was
yeah.
like, you know,
run down.
yeah. Like I love like the progress. I love the come up.
Yeah.
Like I was working with this barber I met the other day on like a music video
Mm-hmm.
shoot, and you know, he started in like a little office space.
Mm-hmm.
you know, he was just cutting hair. He didn't have a storefront. Like, people had to come in,
Yeah.
you know, through the back or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he bought the whole floor. And then now he just got a storefront.
Wow.
You know, like on the main street.
Wow.
I was like, this is some
Yeah.
Nipsey shit, bro. This guy is
Yeah.
grinding. Like,
Demonstration, man.
Yeah, now he's killing it. He got like an I-8. I was like, you don't just get an I-8
Yeah.
from sitting around.
Yeah, you don't.
Yeah.
But
so,
it's just you gotta work.
yeah, I just love seeing that.
Yeah.
I love people winning, you know, from
Yeah.
just like doing it yourself.
I like seeing doers. I like people who
Yeah.
just attempt and are just
Yeah.
trying. I don't care. You don't even got to be the best at what you're doing. As long as you're trying something, that's all I want to see, man.
Right.
I just want to see more
Yeah,
people
I
trying
never
shit.
knock someone for like really putting in the work and like just trying to like succeed in any way.
Yeah, nah, man.
Even if you're making songs that are trash, I still respect it because like that's a grind.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, the attempt, bro.
Yeah, just to help the world in any way, like I respect that.
Hell yeah, man.
It's all about like making the world better than when you came in. You know, when you leave it should be a little better. I don't care if it's just in one city, or one person. You know you impacted them. So like that's the goal.
You got something to contribute, man. In the
That's
words of
what's
Nipsey,
up.
man. Everybody got that. But Chase, man, we definitely want to just appreciate you for coming to the show.
Yeah, thank you,
right?
thank you.
Finally, we got this locked
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, no, I wish I could keep going, man. I know people got to get home and
Yeah,
shit.
man. His bedtime is what time is it?
We
Yeah.
passed his
Yeah,
bedtime. I'm gonna be up all night.
Oh, man.
I gotta
But-
go edit, bro. Like,
There you go.
Right back
you
to
go.
it.
There you go. But yeah, thank you for coming to the show, man. Just sharing your experiences, your journey,
Yeah.
and your demonstration, man. And again, man, hopefully we've reached at least one person out here who's trying to grind and get it right.
For sure.
You got anything else?
Have you guys ever had someone come back, like a guest come twice?
No.
I want to be the
not
first
yet.
one.
Okay.
In like
Put it
6
out
months
there.
or something, or a year.
Speak that
I'm
into the
putting-
universe.
I'm putting it out there. I'm gonna be back.
Nah, for sure,
Yeah,
for
yeah.
sure.
And we'll be like, "Yo, how'd you do that?" It's gonna be some crazy shit. I don't know.
We could definitely
me a
cook
year,
something.
give me a year.
We're gonna cook something up,
Yeah,
man.
yes,
This-
sir.
Yeah, we locked in.
Like, yo, that Drake tour was crazy, wasn't it? I'm like, yeah. It
Well,
was lit.
let me tell you something, man. When you come to this show, you're always going to be known as officially a member of the UpNUp. So Chase Fade is
Hey,
officially a member
alumni.
of the UpNUp. Let's give him a round of applause. You locked in, boss. Thank you, man.
Thanks for having me. Yo.